Hockey is known as the toughest sport, but its culture has a long history of homophobia and anti-feminism. Hockey was shaped in the early 1900s as a hyper-masculine sport. It was built around the idea that men should be tough, silent, and dominant. Back then, hockey was basically a test of survival. If you could fight, take hits, and keep going, you were seen as real men. As hockey became more professional, the locker room culture grew stronger. Players were expected to be one of the boys. That meant no emotional vulnerability, no softness, and absolutely no queerness. In the 1970s and 80s, the message was clear. If you were gay, you didn't belong. In the 1980s, NHL players openly said they wouldn't want a gay teammate. In 1991, Kevin Stevens, a player on the Pittsburgh Penguins, was caught using homophobic slurs during the Stanley Cup game. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, many players and coaches admitted privately that gay players existed, but they would never come out because of fear of backlash. And it wasn't just players, it was the entire culture. It taught athletes that being gay was a threat. The result is a myth that still exists today. There are no gay hockey players. Even allyship was frowned upon when the NHL banned Pride Tape in October of 2023. Recently, US hockey quietly banned trans men from all levels of hockey and made eligibility requirements for trans women so complicated no one fully knows what's going on. But the truth is, there are gay players. They just feel they can't come out because the culture is still hostile. Anti-feminism is connected to the same logic. In the 1990s, women in hockey were often dismissed as hockey groupies or told they didn't belong. Even today, women face harassment and exclusion and are told to stick to figure skating or stay in the stands. In 2024, Lightning coach John Cooper made a sexist comment on national television after being eliminated from the Stanley Cup running. He was upset with some goaltending and made the comment, "We might as well put skirts on them." Cooper did later apologize for the comment. However, the damage was already done. People in top-level coaching positions think weakness in sports is feminine and that femininity is weakness. Now fast forward to today. Fighting dropped since 2018, which shows change is happening, but recent World Junior incidents show the old culture can still come back. That's because the sport still celebrates dominance and aggression. So when things get intense, the culture slips back into old habits. And the NHL's accountability is still weak. There's no formal domestic violence policy, and the league often acts only when it's forced to. They do Pride nights, but as I previously said, have banned things like Pride Tape. They only support queer communities when it's financially viable for them. Without structural change, it's just branding. The league struggles to remove problematic coaches and players, which means the culture doesn't change. This isn't just about politics or being woke. It's about safety and belonging. Homophobia and anti-feminism make the sport unsafe for queer people and women, and that limits who can participate. Because when the culture is built on misguided dominance, only certain people are allowed to belong. Hockey can be tough without being toxic. It can be competitive without being cruel. But to get there, the sport needs real accountability, not just PR. If the NHL wants to grow and stay relevant, it needs to change the culture from the inside out.